What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Death of the Asia. We got some trending topics to talk about tonight. We're going to be talking about KeKe Palmer doing a video with Usher, Sexxy Red in her adult video that she dropped, and also Sheree Whitfield and Martell Holt. We're going to start this thing off with KeKe Palmer. So everybody know KeKe Palmer and her baby daddy Darius. They had got into it when KeKe Palmer attended Usher's concert in Vegas. She had on a very revealing dress and everything. And like Usher always do, he go get a girl out the crowd and serenade her and everything. It kind of remind me of, y'all remember when Usher was on the Boondocks and he was serenading Tom Girl. It kind of remind me of that. But anywho, so he's the king of letting it burn, I guess. So anyway, Usher is serenading KeKe. KeKe, she's getting into it. She's feeling herself. So her baby daddy takes to the internet. And he was basically saying, you a mom, you doing too much. And everybody was going off about it. So this is something that I want to dissect real quick, because this is something that I don't think a lot of people are understanding. What KeKe Palmer had on in that event, being that it's in Vegas, being that a lot of the celeb girls dress like that and everything, and being that he has also filmed KeKe twerking and showing her off for his ego. So if you follow their Instagram, their social media, you wouldn't be of the belief that he would have a problem with what she had on, considering the event. That's neither here nor there. So she out and about. Let's take away the conversation about what she had on and what she should have worn, right? We get that out the way. Regardless of what the man felt some type of way about it. Regardless if he saw her like that when she left the house or whatnot. He probably thought he would have been okay with it and would have been able to handle it. He probably wasn't thinking that she was going to be one of the girls that get pulled out the crowd and get the dancing with Usher and, be grinding all that on Usher, right? So the fact that he felt some type of way, it ain't nothing wrong with that. He has a right to feel some type of way. The problem that I had with the man is he took it to social media. That's where he was wrong at. Anybody that's dragging him for feeling some type of way, they dead ass wrong. A lot of people, oh, you insecure, you this, that, and the third, and it's almost to the point to where it's like a man can't have a feeling towards anything or he a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? A man that loves you, he is going to be checking for you, and it's going to be certain boundaries and certain things that he's not going to like. And we're the same way when we're in a relationship as a woman with men. So even if it's an insecurity, a lot of times people don't understand in relationships, if it's not unhealthy and somebody feeling a little insecure about something, you're not supposed to like gaslight them or anything and make them feel bad. In certain points of time in relationships, things can't happen to make you feel insecure. Your partner is supposed to reassure you, though. Moving forward, here it is. KeKe Palmer, she had came out with her little song, and I don't know where it was at, Rolling Loud or something, but she had performed her song as a clap back to him. Okay, that was cute. Moving right along, the people, we're not thinking about it anymore. Here it is. She done hopped on a song with Usher called Boyfriend. And she's not on the song, which I didn't even hear the whole song or whatever. So I don't know if she on it or not. But she's in the video, and I saw parts of the video. The video is harmless, if you take away what happened prior to this video coming about. KeKe Palmer is basically in the video being Usher in the video. So she got on, boy clothes and all of that. There's nothing wrong with the video itself. But KeKe dead ass wrong. I don't care what nobody say. KeKe is dead ass wrong for doing that video. At this particular time, I don't care if it was already in the making. I don't care if people be saying, "Oh, this is marketing." That was genius. It's nothing genius about it, because when the boy Darius got on the internet and he took the stuff to social media, the ball was in KeKe's court at that particular time. The people were behind her. Once she started doing too much, now you're putting the ball in his court. You could be right in the beginning, but you could also do so much, and you could end up having something to apologize for. You could end up wrong. And what KeKe did, it actually validates how that man felt, because she didn't have to go all the way there. That's doing way too much. He embarrassed her at first, and now she's embarrassing herself. At the end of the day, that's a family that's being broken up. There's a child involved. A lot of people think this shit is cute, but there's a child involved in this situation. And even if it's not a child involved, you still supposed to uphold the esteem of your partner, right? They got a child involved. The family is broken up now. KeKe done sat here and let the internet gas her up. And now she finna sit around and be a single mother behind just doing a little bit too much. Now she probably had broke up with the man or whatever after the fact he blasted her. Granted, but that's something that you could recover from and you could come back from. I don't think you could really come back from what she did. Yeah, you know, he did too much, but let's be honest. It's a lot of couples that get on the internet and they be putting everybody into the chat, letting us know what's going on, having arguments in front of us. That's not unheard of. But to go as low as KeKe went, I know that man's ego is shattered. If he was already insecure, he's even more insecure. And if it was a marketing scheme, they didn't think this all the way through. They really didn't, because from what I've heard of the song, it's not like it's a bop or anything. It's not replay worthy. I ain't even finished listening to the whole song. I just saw enough to see what was going on. It's nothing that's gonna catch your ear. It's not one of those hits or whatnot. KeKe wrong, Usher is wrong in that situation, because Usher knew what he was doing. He should have had better sense and to be like, you know, read the room. We need to pull this. What KeKe probably thought is, oh, she got the people behind her so hard, and everybody dragging Darius right now, and so I'm finna go ahead and rip out the plastic with this one. I'm finna really let them have it with this one. You look like a damn fool, and you let the internet gas you up way too much, because while you sitting up here doing all of this, fucking up with that man's ego and everything, and wanting the internet to make you feel like you that bitch and validate you through the internet, them same people that's doing that, they single mothers, they sitting around broke and disgusted or whatever, and just want somebody else's relationship to fall apart. Some of that stuff ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. Even if it's a marketing scheme, it's not even worth it at the end of the day, because this is lower than low at this particular point. She went too far with that. And then two, you don't play with no man ego like that. I don't care how much of a bitch ass nigga y'all want to say Darius is. Every man got an ego. Now, once if she went to doing too much, and then we find out he done whoops upside her head, he shouldn't. But if his ego is fragile enough for him to pick up his phone and blast his woman, they got to come home to him at the end of the night, where they can't just have that conversation amongst themselves. If his ego was fragile enough for him to hop on the internet with that there, ain't no telling what he'll do in a situation like this. Got to be careful, because we on the internet saying what we're saying, but we ain't got to go home and face that man and deal with what needs to be dealt with while the baby is sitting around having to hear the arguments and the constant back and forth or whatnot. Anybody that's saying KeKe is right in this situation, I don't feel like they actually honor their relationships or understand the depths of what she did. Because to be honest with you, if you want to be all the way real, if you take out the social media aspect of when that man came on the social media, and if that man wouldn't have never came on the social media, when you think about it, KeKe, you was dressed, you know, you was dressed a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no names, but she was dressed a certain way, and she could wear whatever it is that she want to wear. But she was dressed a way that the average man would not like for their woman to leave about the house, for one, right? I have made concessions for KeKe, but if we take away everything and we look at it as a whole, KeKe came out the house dressed like the average man probably won't want their woman to be leaving the house already. Now you slow grinding on a musician. If you look at it from that particular point, and that man never would have gotten on social media and did that, and then looking at what she did now, she wrong in the whole damn situation. When you think about it, the part that he was wrong at was going on social media. He just had a feeling that wasn't a feeling that I don't think the average man may have had. The average man probably won't confess it or whatever the case may be, but it's not abnormal for that man to feel what he felt. The only thing he did wrong was go on the internet. But something had to happen to make that man go on the internet. You know what type of dude you got. Yeah, he might be all right with showing you off for his stuff, and that's wrong. But you know what type of man that you got. You know, y'all been together long enough. Y'all got a baby together, whatever the case may be. You know what type of man you got. So you got to act accordingly. She did not do that. You know. So anybody trying to drag him, yeah, he do need to be dragged for taking it to social media. But in the grand scheme of things, KeKe Palmer, we keeping a buck. She dead ass wrong. You know what I'm saying? When the thing first came out, I'm riding for you because I'm just looking at the whole scenario of what's going on, and the fact that it was sticking more so that this man came to the internet. But the shit she pulled today or last night, whenever that song dropped, it got a motherfucker rethinking like Darius probably went all that wrong because you done showed your naked ass. You know what I'm saying? So he probably went all that wrong when we sit here and think about it. But anyway, let me see what these people saying in the comments, and we're going to talk about Sexxy Red and her dry ass pussy. John Westby say, do you think this is all publicity because this video came out too quick after what he said? It may be publicity, and it may be a thing where capitalizing off of the moment. It could be that. But it just, I don't like that for her. I think that was real low. Teron Brown said KeKe Palmer was wrong in my opinion, because if the shoe was on the other foot and the baby daddy was talking to another chick, they would not have this energy. They would be saying how wrong he was. And I'm gonna tell you something. I promise you, like you said, you absolutely correct. If looking at the whole situation and put each shoe on the other person's foot, if you're looking at the whole situation, and at the end of the day, KeKe Palmer's man did something like that, and he was the one that was in Vegas grinding with somebody, and then it's like, hey, I'm finna do a big one on you. I'm about to get, not only that, I'm finna get in a video with the chick. We'll be having a whole totally different conversation. There wouldn't be so many people, rattling behind and celebrating that foolishness, because that was just stupid. It's entertaining, but people got to understand these are not characters. These are actually real people. These folks actually got a real baby. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you got to stop thinking about just things from an entertainment standpoint. And that's the reason why we're gonna talk about Sexy Red in a minute. Let me see who else. Let's see here. And the Infinity one says he shouldn't, but if he's weak, he may. Yeah, that's true. When I was talking about going whoops upside the head. But anyway, let's talk about Sexy Red. So Sexy Red is another one that is making it very hard to defend. I like an underdog, and I don't like the fact that people be trying to drag Sexy Red the way that they do, because they'll try to talk about, oh, she make this type of music and how bad it is, and we got to protect the children and everything, but we don't have that same energy when it comes down to the lyrics that these male rappers be putting out, right? But I don't know what Sexy Red doing. Sexy Red is about to end her career, whatever little bit of career that she had going on, because we've seen what she's doing before. We've seen it. She went on to a show talking about how she don't use condoms. She the raw dog queen. That was silly. She said something about, if you want a stud, I got the STD. All I need is you. That was dumb. And then she put out this sex tape. And it'd be amazing me when these women that's supposed to be like the sex symbols and they supposed to be so freaky and everything, and they put out these sex tapes and they got to spit start they pussy. Like Sexy Red shit was dry as hell. I'm talking about, she want to go to Pound Town. I'm like, is that in a desert area? You know what I'm talking about? What in the fucking Nevada is going on? Like, girl, that's crazy as hell. I'm talking about pussy dry as a motherfucker. You hear me? Pussy was so dry, it seemed like once you, like if you was to rub across it or whatever, you would scratch your damn self. And then dude was barely, you know what I'm saying, acting like he want to lick it and bounce it. It was just looking real cloudy, and all up and through there was just real, murky waters. You get what I'm saying? And it wasn't giving what it was supposed to have gave. A lot of people was trying to drag the way her vagina looked. I ain't see no wrong with the way her vagina looked. It was just real dry. Everything was just real dry. And I guess it's them STDs, child. Mm-hmm. But I really want these people to stop it. Like, she be doing too much. She be going too far. And it's already this thing out where people are saying she looks stank. I actually think Sexy Red is a pretty girl, especially when she don't have on no makeup. Now, when she don't have on the makeup, she do look like Wiz Khalifa, but he not ugly. You get what I'm saying? It just look like Wiz Khalifa. They could be siblings or whatever. So she's a pretty girl, and she did. I don't really understand the need to go as far as she be going. You had the song Pound Town. You got she got another song that people be listening to. Just keep on making your ratchet music and have fun with it, but you ain't gotta degrade yourself. It's to a point where, like, being sexually liberated as a woman and people want to call you names because you want to dress sexy, talk sexy, and all that. I'm not tripping off that, because people need to calm down with that there. I don't feel like that's degrading yourself. But when you start saying stuff like, I got the STD, all I need is you, I don't wear condoms, you make yourself look like trash. Like that right there, I can't ride with you with something like that. You want to be, wear your little whorish clothes, okay. You want to make your little whorish song, okay. But that there, bitch. John Webster say it's like she is into dissing herself. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like that. Now that you said that, and I hope I can articulate this right. It's almost kind of like she's trying to play on what the people say about her, and kind of like, oh, you calling me this, you say I'm that, well then I'm gonna kick it up a notch. But you don't even have that to do. You don't have that to do, and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, moving right along, because I am not gonna hold y'all. We finna talk about some reality TV news real quick. I don't know if y'all still be watching the Real Housewives, and to be honest with you, I don't even be watching the show anymore. But I caught wind of Sheree Whitfield is supposed to be dating Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't watch that show either. But Martell had invited the girls out to dinner for Sheree's birthday. He was supposed to be throwing her a birthday party, right? He invited the people. The check came, and he didn't pay for it. And they say it was a $1,500 check. He didn't pay for it. Martell said, baby, I ain't got it on me. You heard me. He finna wash some dishes. He ain't got it on him. But I think we be having a lot of conversations about who should pay and men versus women and all this gender stuff. And I think those conversations are silly. I'm actually tired of having those conversations. But I don't think this is the same type of conversation, right? I think this is more so of understanding how this man actually is seeing you and what he's around for, because that type of move is not one of those type of moves that somebody that's just really into you would do, because I could see when somebody throw their own party, and it depends on the type of friends that they have, and they like, hey, we're gonna go to dinner, everybody, paying for themselves or whatnot. That's cool. But when it's a thing where you throwing a party and you're inviting people to the party, you actually have a party, and you don't tell these people they got to pay, and then they end up having to pay. How embarrassing would that be to the person that you threw the party for, especially with the type of friend group that they have? Like, that was just very embarrassing. Sheree do know how to pick them. She don't do nothing but be picking these men that be embarrassing the hell out of her. But I mean, Sheree kind of slow or whatever, but you can't be that slow. And I would have just went ahead and paid for everybody. I don't know how that story ended, but I know Sheree got $1,500. I would have paid for everybody, and there would have been that on there with me and dude. Now, that particular case, you going on, tell your ass and go on about your business, because both of y'all about old as Methuselah. Y'all ain't got no kids together. This is one of those relationships that don't actually feel authentic anyway. It seemed made for TV. So y'all need to go ahead and go on about y'all business before y'all further embarrass yourselves. And the person that's going to land on top is going to be Martell, because the people are used to, from what I have watched clips of different YouTubers talk about him, people are used to Martell not being worth a damn. You get what I'm saying? So he on brand. Sheree gonna look foolish because she's constantly picking these type of guys that would do something like this. And while we on the topic, I do want to speak about this real quick, because I cannot stand you fake bougie black people. It be tripping me out that black people be trying to find any little thing to be acting bougie about. People be like, oh, if it's a group of us going out, group of friends, we going out, and the check come, then I ain't got time. I don't want to be with nobody that want to split, let the waiter know everything that they ate and get separate checks. Y'all out y'all damn mind. Listen, I don't give a damn what nobody say. It's a time and it's a place for what y'all be talking about. If we're going out into an event and it's a certain occasion, and if we're not going to be paying our own check, then one person needs to just be paying the bill, because y'all don't make sense with that conversation. Y'all will be like, well, let's just split the check. Splitting the check is the same thing as give me what I got. What's the difference between you saying, hey, you know what? It's $400. Let's just split it. Everybody pay $100 a piece. Let's just split it down the middle. What's the damn difference? Versus just give me my check and let me give you my little $25.95 or whatever the hell I done ate over here, and you pay for what you. I don't even know why y'all try to make that a big deal and be like, oh, I can't hang around people like this. What in the world? You want somebody to pay for something that they didn't eat, call it etiquette, as if the waiter just can't split the check. I used to wait tables. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I preferred when people split the checks up when I waited table, because guess what? People, each individual, usually they using their card, and you got some people that might just have cash, right? So say you got the people that everybody got their card and all of that. 9 times out of 10, if you give them one card, they probably give you a total of $20, $30 tip, depending on how large the group is. Versus when you split the check, you could get a tip off everybody who just, they want to be gracious. Hey, I got it. I done got so much money off of splitting the check. When I used to wait table, people be surprised how much money you could make actually waiting tables. Like when I used to wait tables, I could actually have days where I can go wait tables and I could leave and go buy me a piece of jewelry. Swear to God. And I was working at IHOP. But when I was working there and you work there at certain nights, and especially if you looking a certain type of way, I was young and fine and all that, and you fuck around and you get them tables where the people that came in, they done came from the club, but you get that morning, that Sunday, that weekend or whatever, and you get them older people that want to come in and do breakfast and stuff like that on, man, you can make a killing. You know what I'm saying? So this whole splitting the check and who gonna do that, it's just enjoy your people. It ain't hurting you that the person don't want to pay for everybody. As long as they paying for themselves, you better be glad a bitch ain't walk out and just leave you with the check. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in the air like that girl had told Armand Wiggins them, just throw it in the air and see where it landed, and she went on about her damn business. That's what you don't want. Why get mad because people want to pay for what they ate? Like, that shit don't make no sense to me. But anyway, I just came on here to talk about this stuff real quick. Y'all keep the conversations going down in the comments. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, and share the video. Make sure y'all tune in to the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I am on there every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We also have the Stiff Arm podcast with football season coming up. We have already jumped it off. We're 2 episodes in. It's going down. We're starting a fantasy league as well. We gonna have that going every Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, which we probably need to switch that up because of the first games that start in the regular season and all of that. But the time might change, but we in there. That's gonna be all about sports, different sports, and what's going on. I think it breaks up the monotony a little bit, because sports is one of those things it's a gift that keeps on giving, and it's unlike social media and rappers and reality stars and all of that, and it's basically the same people doing the same shit over and over again, or it's different people doing the same thing. It's just different characters playing the same role, really and truly. So that's how it's starting to look, because everybody is a damn fool these days, and we just ranking them and who's the biggest one this week. Everybody in rotation with their foolishness. So we're gonna break some things up with that sports show. It's Stiff Arm. It's under the Hip Hop School Past and Present platform. So definitely jump over there, like, share, and subscribe to that as well. I thank y'all so much for tuning in with me tonight. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.